Hey, what's up, producer squad? Looks like we got ourselves a sample challenge today. So I'm gonna try and make something out of the Sardaukar Chant from a little movie called Dune. This ought to be interesting. This might actually be hard to work with. You know, since it's a deep vocally sound, I think I might be able to turn this into some kind of dubstep beat. Now, I know it's an odd choice for 2021, but let's face it, there's really nothing else I could turn this sample into. Now, dubstep is way out of my comfort zone. If you were to look at my SoundCloud page, you wouldn't find any dubstep tracks whatsoever. Nonetheless, I am more than willing to take on this challenge. I'm going to take the sardine can from Dune and turn it into a dubstep drop. Now, come on, this is going to be easy. This is nothing.
This is nothing.
Alright, so we got an empty project here, and we are going to drag in our Dune sample so we can work with it. See, the problem with the original sample, right, is that it's full of rain. I went in and used Edison to, record some sound. That way I can, bring in, edit it, do stuff. Weird things. It also comes with this denoiser feature, clean up denoise. So I've been debating how I'm gonna turn this into like a dubstep growl or bass. I've decided that the best way to do this is to use a vocoder bass. And this gives me the perfect chance to educate you on how a vocoder works, because this is an educational video. So basically all you have to do is you have to take a synthesizer and then an audio sample, usually in form of someone singing, put them side by side in the mixer channel, and then you route both of those mixer channels into another mixer channel, and then you put something called a vocoder in there. It takes the singing, called the modulator, and the synth, or instrument called the carrier, and makes the modulator, and makes the... forget it, I'll just show you an example.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
This is Vocodex, and it's what we're going to use for our bass effect, because you can make dubstep with vocoders as well. This chant sample right here, this Dune sample, it's our modulator. So now we just need to get a carrier, which is an FM synthesizer. Now, trying to understand FM synthesis is like trying to understand the story of Dune. It's not very easy. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take the first 4 operators, which is the term for oscillators in FM synthesis, bring them down to 0.25s, which makes them bassy. Might need headphones for that. And because I barely know how FM synthesis works, I'm just gonna turn random knobs until something cool happens. Oh, my eardrums are enjoying this a lot. We have our abomination sound. We want to use this modulation matrix right here to change the volume or modulation amount between these. I think 1 to 2 is pretty interesting. So we want to go to volume tab, mod X, move this envelope around like this. In order to actually hear anything, we need the carrier and the modulator to be playing at the same time. That's how the vocoder works. Pretty interesting, right? This is bandwidth. It does something, I think. And we also want to modulate the modulation. This does not sound even remotely professional. I don't know what I'm doing. Bear in mind, I've never really made this kind of music before. Give me a break. Alright, we'll worry about that later. Let's put an EQ to get rid of a very low bass. 55 hertz, I guess. Okay, that's a bit extreme. Where do the frequencies hurt most? I'm gonna have to cut those out. Actually, I'm starting to get an idea. Actually, it sounds better without the bandwidth automation. Get rid of that. I'm making dubstep. I don't normally make this kind of music because it's so hard to make it sound not unprofessional, but this is cool. Just listening to these sounds over and over. I am a slow producer, by the way, so I'm really nervous about this whole making videos about music thing. Okay, so we ended up with 3 versions of our bass, and we put them all in one audio file so we can work with them in the second phase of my little plan here, Resynthesis. Now, Resynthesis, to keep with the educational theme of this video, refers to the process of taking a sound in electronic music production and putting a bunch of audio effects on it, whether it be a bunch of phasers, filters, or detuning or whatever, just messing the sound up digitally. Maybe you want to take that recording and run it through the same effects again and again. That's perfectly fine. That's the idea of Resynthesis. And here's our sound. We can play it on our keyboard. It's the same sound. We're just gonna mess it up slightly. We're gonna go to unison, which duplicates the sound but detunes each version to be slightly different. You have different settings. We're gonna go with hertz. I don't like that. Prism just gives it a little grit. Go into the effects tab, put on a distortion, add in a chorus. Maybe add some delay to give it a little bit of ringy metallicness. We don't want long delay like that. We want nice short echoes, like, I don't know. This phaser filter is awesome. Like, listen to this. And you can play it in reverse. Or you can play it at 0 speed and swipe through it with a time knob. I'm getting silly right here. Okay, I guess this is our resynthesized sample, so let's work it into something. Alright guys, so I did a little mining off camera and I came up with all of this. So I have a little drum beat here at around 108 beats per minute. It's starting to sound a bit more like a glitch hop, mid-tempo kind of thing. And then we have all of the resample bits right here in this little collection. So we have the original clip, and then a little bit where I'm scrubbing through the timeline. If you go in here and then click on this little thing, you see this thing called a pogo knob. This does some interesting pitch shifting effects, which are pretty hard to explain. All you need to know is that they work really well with these samples. They sound really cool. So I guess the plan is to, use this preview tool to sort of click around and see if I can come up with anything interesting and make a glitch hop beat. I think I'll grab that beginning bit there. Maybe put one on every kick. Okay, I like that. But we sidechain this a little bit so it's a little less jarring. I should make a video about sidechain soon. Like a short, YouTube short. Another cool bit right there. This is really hard, especially when doing it on the fly. None of this is pre-planned. Maybe do like a pitch thing. We got an empty beat here. Maybe we need like a weird sound effect at the end, something low. Okay, that's interesting. Come on, there's got to be something good in this somewhere. I don't like where this is going. It certainly's got a groove to it, but it's like not going anywhere. I'm starting to not like the pitch shift part. I'm gonna completely annihilate that. Okay, that's the only good thing I've ever made so far out of this. That riff at the end. I feel like this should be a crash cymbal on every during the second half. So let me set that up. That crash cymbal was a great idea. Oh my gosh, okay. That ba-ba. Okay, that's an interesting variation on it. Okay, maybe pitch this down to F sharp. Alright, this is turning out really cool. Any doubts I had before, completely gone. Right, so I think the rest of it is just going to be, sprucing things up, adding little details in between. Kind of boring things, but this is the basic outline. I'll come back with a little bit of the final product. Okay, so I listened back to the audio from the video recording of this part, and I apologize again, but it was just awful. It was just all jittery and unlistenable and just kind of unpleasant in that sort of way. But it did inspire me to put in intentional sort of glitches like that, a little bit of stutter here and there. That's more tasteful and it feels part of the song. I mean, it's called Glitch Hop after all. So I guess that's the positive takeaway of that. Thanks, unreliable technology. Alright, so I've done a little bit more mining off camera and came up with this drop right here. It's not quite a full song yet, but I still wanted to show it to you in this short form right here. Basically, the only changes right here is I've added this thingy. A bit of syncopation with the bass rhythm. And speaking of the bass, I've changed some of the effects in there too. So if we go to the mixer channel, you can see I've added a little bit of bit crusher, or lo-fi as it's called in the Effector FX module, just to give it a little bit more of a video gamey feel. And I also cut out all of the sub bass so that I can put in an actual sub bass layer. I also took this opening phrase right here, and then I put a fade in effect on it, so I got this sort of into the next part of it. Oh, I also got another set of drums here. And that's about it for changes, so here's what the final drop sounds like. So, what techniques did we learn today? First, we can pair an audio recording with a bass synth and run it through a vocoder to make bass. Second, we can take that bass and iterate it through Resynthesis. Third, we can take that final bass sample and apply pitch effects before chopping it into pieces for a glitch hop track. And that concludes this challenge. I was only able to make the drop for this video, but if I end up making a full song out of this, I'll put the link to listen to it on screen and in the description below. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. I hope you learned something about music production today, and if you're American, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Until next time, have a great day.